and we are very happy to continue with our topic as we did in the previous lesson. So our topic was, we were speaking about the upper part of the body, how to involve our upper part of the body, how to coordinate the body with all our bodies, so hip, knee and foot. And as we said in the previous lessons, that we have a specific coordination that we will apply to all the movements. We'll continue to do this specific coordination. So you remember, we were speaking about body, hip, knee and feet, yes? And we'll continue, we want to show you how we can apply this in Rumba. And before we'll go to movement, to some specific movements, we'll like to explain you how it would be better to practice that in the Rumba. In a very simple way, transferring the weight from one leg to another, yes? Very simple. Applying the body action. So, or applying, let's say, this principle that we explained you in the previous lesson. So, of course, we'll start with the translation. Now, we have a good settle and we'll go through all these points. Body, hip, knee, foot, and we transfer the weight. And we go again to translation. Body, hip, knee, foot. Body, hip, knee, foot. Body, hip, knee, foot. One important thing, and remember, in all other dances, what is important? How much we go in, so much we go out. And the quality of the movement, of course, let's say like this, it's much more strong. When you are going inside, you have to try to make this resistance and control. 2 and 3 and 4. 1. 2 and 3 and 4. 1. 2 and 3 and 4. 1. I will ask my handsome husband to try to do one more time and to show you the difference. Of course, there's possibility to use only the hips, and we'll do it one time using the good rotation of the hip action. Yeah, so the 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 1, and this is a choice that, of course, to have a good balance in our dance, of course, we can do using only the hips. Number 2, I will ask him to involve the body action, so we'll do 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 1. So you can see very clear how we create, how the dynamic is changing, how the fluidity is changing in our body, can change, of course.
And ladies and gentlemen, very important, it is also to know that even if you choose, let's say, to use only the hips, if you would love to have much more rotation in your hips, by using this part in, I will show to you, you will have much more amount of rotation in the hip. Yeah. So if you do just hip, for example, 2, 3, 4, which is really nice feeling and nice to see. Now, if you want to, let's say, I want to have more, then you have to anyway using that part. That's why we are really focused on that, to have much more movement in that. You can see in every profile
well done.
Will create
fantastic movement.
Much more rotation, much more dynamic. And let's say honestly, when you're doing that during the music compared to another couple that is not doing, you will have also much more rhythm inside of your body. You will create the rhythm. You will not, let's say, follow the step. You will create your own rhythm. Yeah, this is what is really important. And in the Rumba is a dance which you can, let's say, really exaggerate that because it's more slow, so you have more, let's say, chance to try that, to develop that, to finish much more the movement, to create much more preparation, to wind up, so you have really good chance to doing that.
And I will add one more thing that we didn't touch this topic. Yes, we are working much more in all these lessons. We are speaking much more about the rib cage. But automatically, what will happen? I will ask Gabri, just to turn and to try to do one more time this specific coordination, and you pay attention on the back, especially on the shoulder blade. And we didn't speak about the back, that we have to have a squeeze or a different actions. But what will happen automatically? So automatically when I'm adding, or let's say when I'm using the rib cage in this case, what you'll see that we have, so we'll do two, we have a movement of our back and our shoulder blade. But we did not say that this has to be on purpose or the squeeze. So what is happening? The back automatically is moving when you have a correct usage of the action.
Yeah, very clear. Let's say that is a reaction from that part you're using. So I will show you again. The moment I start to involve my body action, so my rib cage, automatically to maintain my strong, let's say, posture, strong shoulder, so strong vertical line, you will activate it naturally in these two parts, which we can say is a squeeze action, but let's say not complete, because when you're doing complete, what we don't like it is that the squeeze action is going so deeper that then you will have distortion, let's say. That's what we don't want. We would love to see much more, let's say, side parts of the body, so create like at the moment I create a normal 8 number, yeah? But it's very important for maintaining the posture during the moving dynamic that you close that part. So let's say the dorsal muscles with the lumbar muscle is going to close, and it creates this fixed point which even if you just dance with your lady, she will feel you much more stable.
I will add one more thing. I think especially for the man is very important. Of course the lady is also using the dorsal muscles for sure, yes, very important that you activate these dorsal muscles. But in this case, if I ask Gabriele to open the arms, yes, you'll pay attention, you'll open the arms and try to pay attention on the dorsal, these dorsal muscles. When we activate the body actions, yes, when we move, these muscles are activated. And you see for the man, I think this huge, let's say, huge...
You can say back.
Huge back.
Huge back. It's
huge
really,
back.
Of course, it's really important. It's one of the most, let's say, not the most important thing, but it's one thing that when you go on the floor, you looks really correct. Also in the sense of separating the two parts, so let's say the whole torso to the hips, yeah? It's really important to activate these muscles that even if I will try to show you when I raise up my arms. One thing is to see also the muscles here. You will create this dynamic volume, let's say in the posture, or you raise up your arms by your shoulder and be really thin, let's say in the posture, will create completely a different shape in the body.
Yes.
And again, it's really important, these things, also to have a really nice frame. Yeah? To have a nice frame, you need to use the back in that sense, which I can show you if I go in close to my partner and go in the normal hold. What I will try to do is not to be, of course you need to close your arms and be together with her, but you can see that the back is not really, let's say, stretch and large in a good sense. Yeah? What you have to try to do before you give the arms is to activate your dorsal muscles, and after you go in the position, and after you have to try to be close to her, comfortable, but without being...
And of course, very connected, very connected. And this is what we're going to show you. Changing the weight transfer from one leg to another in a normal hold position. So we'll do 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And 2, 3, 4. And 2, 3, 4. And this was the level 1. Now, because it's Rumba and we have more time, and I think after that you for sure will choose to do the same thing in samba, the same thing in cha-cha, and the same thing in jive, in the swing jive. We'll speak about one design, very important design. Number 8. Normally when we dance, when you use the body actions, what we are trying to do, especially in rumba, but also in samba a lot, we are not doing this absorbing just in one side, but we are trying to create half 8 with the body, 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 half 8 with the body. So it's very much visible. It's a choice, of course, yes, it's a choice. You can go to level 1 and go in just making and translation and absorbing.
Of course, I think that you need to go through the level 1 and then start, after you feel all your body coordinated, then you can start to feel what Anna says, which for me, and of course also for her, the one thing that it will change really your dance. Yeah?
For sure, but be careful. I think this is the most important rule, that when you are trying to do the designs in the body, remember about the zone A, that this has to have a really strong...
Come back on the first lesson.
Yes, really strong display.
Check out the posture. One thing that you can feel, I want to give you advice, is that if you are not able to use the body in that way, one thing that you may feel is that when you start to dance, it's really not possible to control the shoulder, to control like first the body and after the hips. Believe me, it's way of practicing day by day, the amount of repetition you're doing, which will really make your body coordinated to do everything you want. Yeah, so it is possible. It's just in the beginning, if you are not able, then it's really difficult to start with the body without moving the hips, and you will feel a bit strange. Our advice is to keep going, because once you really change that, let's say, you can say that you start to change your dynamic, your coordination, and it will look really much better.
For sure, yes. And we would like to show you how this looks, yeah, in the couple, when we try to use this half 8 to the right, half 8 to the left, how this can change, because anyway there is a huge difference. And then we'll go for the basic movement to show you how it looks. So we'll go and we'll have a half 8 to the right and half 8 to the left. So 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1.
So as you can see, another thing is really important, we'll try to do in that way, is not correct by the position, but it's just to show you that when you're trying to do that, of course the shoulder has a reaction. That is very important. It's not possible to maintain them and doing that. But it's really important to understand that a reaction is really nice, let's say acceptable. Yeah? To have an action on that, that's what we don't want. It's half A, create the number 8, but trying to be in the same line. And another thing is very important, in the same level. Yeah, we'll try again. And 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. What we don't want, 2, 3, 4. In the beginning, it may be possible that this will happen to create your 8, so you need to change the level in the center, in the feet. But let's say in the beginning you can accept that, but exactly. Then you have to try is really things that has to happen on the same level in that way instead of change the level.
And I will add one more thing, important thing, especially when you will start to dance in the couple, because then here will be the problem. Try, guys, just to think about synchronizing the movement, not about connect and maintain.
This is something very important that we find, let's say, in the words. Many couples have problem with the lead. We had problem with the lead in the beginning when we was dancing together, until the moment we understand that myself is selfish, Anna is selfish, and
really?
in dancing, only in dancing. But of course we love to dance together, so we find a way that I want to look good, she would want to look good, we want to look the best, both of us, but we didn't want to sacrifice, let's say, our image. So of course the problem in the lead start. So you can find an easy way to dance together and looks fabulous, I have to say, to synchronize your body, coordinating your body, doing your action, and after you can be synchronized with your partner without thinking about pushing and pulling and pushing and pulling, because these things will just take away your natural look that honestly is the most beautiful things in a dancer, to look natural. How I can look natural if I thinking about she's heavy, she's not following and all the stuff, maybe because you as a man and as a partner, you are not really thinking about the action and the synchronization you should have when you dance with her. You can do this also with closed eyes. I will start to feel my body and start also to feel Anna's body, honestly, without really doing push, I need to push, I need to pull. Because this may works when you do slow. The thing is that when you have a difficult choreography, but also basic choreography, and you need to also move the body weight to the foot to the other foot, you will start to have big problems, because using the arms, let's say, leading, it will create, I'm not saying it's not possible, it is possible, but honestly, your body and your partner's body, it will look much more, I cannot say stiff, but stress, of course, and not natural. That's really important to understand. Yeah?
Agreed.
I think it's important that we show to you with the slow music this exercise, and then we move on.
Too much, you set it up. That's me in the corner, that's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh no,
So we'll go ahead, and what we decided to speak about will be the basic movement. Why we decided to take this figure? Very simple.
One way is the same things why we choose to dance the Cuban break in the cha-cha.
Yes, exactly. And in this figure we have all the directions that we need. So in this case you can practice a lot in all the directions, so side, forward, backward, and applying what we try to explain, correct? So you know the step, yes? We have a side walk, checkward walk, weight transfer in place, side walk, check backward walk, weight transfer in place, and side walk. We'll try to show how this figure can be danced with the hips, yes? Forward and 2, that of course it's correct, and it's a choice, 2 and 3 and 4. Very good. Now we'll try to do the same thing using only the translation and absorbing, so going out, in, without making, let's say, the level 3 using the half 8 of the body. So we'll try to do with the translation 4, in, out, and 2 and 3 and 4, and 2 and 3 and 4, and I will go to the level 3. We will try to exaggerate, in this case making a half 8. So what does it mean? Actually we will not stop the movement of our body, correct?
Yes, that's why we think that when you're doing this it's more easy to dance in the music, because honestly the bodies never stop, so it will really help you also in the preparation for the next direction that you are moving on.
And this is very important, because normally, you know, when we do a setup, normally we are using all the time only the hip.
That's why we as a dancer spend all the life, I think, to learn Rumba, of course, and to understand how to settle, how to going, which is really important. But sometimes we're stuck on a moment which you have like a settle action, and then when we try the music we feel always late, we feel always that something's wrong, because the movement, the body movement really stops. And when it stops, then it's really difficult to continue the action. So let's...
Yes, exactly. So in this case, if we need to start with the preparation, yes, we have a figure, we need to do the preparation. We always will, in this case, we'll use the number 3, we'll go through the half 8, and then we'll use the hip. So one more time, I think it would be nice to show half 8 hip. Now we can do the step. And now from here, really we'll try to show this, let's say, design, because it's a design. Half 8 and check forward walk, and half 8 that is really small one, and step backwards. So when we'll transfer the weight now, we'll do half 8 and side walk half 8 and check backward walk half 8, forward half 8. So 4 half 8, 2 and up, 3 and up, 4, 1 and up, 2, 3 and up, 4, 1.
I think it's really important to show this also with music, so you can see we will love to do all the 3 levels. So we will start with the 2 basic with the hips, then we will start to do 2 basic, let's say with the level 2, and then we will do in 2 basic with level 3. So you can, I hope, enjoy and see the difference. So music, please.
That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it.
So ladies and gentlemen, I think that until now is quite clear, but before we finish, we would love to leave you with a message, let's say, and we will, let's say, love to show to you a really simple Rumba walk and backward walk, how really it can look like when you use the body, and when you use, let's say, not just the hips, but only the hips. And then we will also try to show to you, we will dance basic finish in the fan, how you can really dance to don't depend from your partner, but depending really only with your own coordination.
Yes, for sure will change everything, because let's say the sense that you achieve in your body and the rhythm that Gabriele explained you that you achieve in your body is totally different.
So I would love to show to you, and with the music, please.
Every waking hour, choosing my confessions, and trying to keep an eye on you like a hurt.
So as you can see, I try to show you the difference on the first one. I use much more, let's say, the coordination between just the hip, and then I try to show to you together body and hip and all that we explained to you already. I think that what also you have to try, as I'm trying before, is to doing and look natural. This is the main things, to do the things, do the action, but still maintain the natural that you need to show and that you need to feel also in your own body to dance. After you're doing that, then you can be ready to dance with your partner and be connected with her without disturbing her, and vice versa.
Consider this, the hint of the century. Consider this, the slip that brought me to my knees has failed. What if all these fantasies come flailing around?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you you very much for your attention. I hope that you enjoy.
Yeah, and everything was enough clear. And we'll see you soon in the 4th video with the puzzle.
Can't wait.